Let's see. We got Trex in the chat. We got JC, my man. How you doing? We got Huey. We got Respect. We got Raphael. We got Rafi. We got Cons in here. We got Riv. How you doing? We got Hey Jack. All you guys, you beauties. Thank you guys. Come one, come all. We're getting this party started right here, right now. Give me one more second because I know I probably have the title wrong automatically here in the app, and I do. It's not Phillies, so let me put that there real quick. 1 second. Guys, it's not versus the Cardinals. It's just because of how it started up automatically without my control. Give me 1 second so I can put this right thumbnail. Okay, now we're all set. Sweet. Okay. All right. We are live here on YouTube as well as here in the Playback app. How's it going, everybody? We have a big Mets game to get into tonight. Phillies, Mets, game 2 of a 3-game set. And your guy Wardy is going to have you covered with an in-game watch party tonight, breaking down everything that transpires in this matchup. As we know, today's game is available on TBS, and I think SNY is covering it too. But we're going to be live here in the Playback app. To many of you guys are watching this already here for our Playback members, which is simply as this, everybody. Playback is a revolutionary sports app that I implore you guys on YouTube to check out and join us today. Should you guys have an MLB TV subscription, because that is all you need. You head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM. It's linked down below here on YouTube, and it's going to be pinned shortly in just a second here in the chat on YouTube as well. Head over there, sign up for free because you don't have to pay to sign up or anything like that. And all you need is an MLB TV subscription, and you're going to be able to watch the Mets and Phillies game live in real time with your guy Wardy. You can even listen to the broadcast as it's going on while chiming in throughout the show. If you guys don't have an MLB TV subscription, but you want to hang out with us here on YouTube, you can do that as well, as I will showcase a scoreboard. But let me give you guys this the link right now here for you guys to join us if you guys want to, from YouTube. To everyone watching on Playback, how we doing? We got D-Mac, we got Scott, we got Rivera, we got Trex, we got everybody. Thank you guys for chiming in. We appreciate you all so much. Let's get this pinned up. Now we are good to go. Sweet. All right, guys. I see a bunch on YouTube already. Sean, Giovanni, Buzz Talk, how are you? JF, Chris, how you doing? Brian, going up the list here. Servo, how you doing? Juan Diaz, great member and moderator as always. James, Giovanni, GDR, everybody, come one and come all. We're happy to have you in here, baby. We got a lot to get into in tonight's matchup. Mets, Phillies, game 2 of the series. Orbs, how you doing? Brenman, how you doing? My man, Brennan, not Brenman. I don't know what I was saying there. LGM, Keith, get it started. Absolutely. Let's get it started with these Mets, baby. Now let's show you guys the broadcast here in the Playback app, and then we'll go on. Jay Pertuzzi, how are you? Thank you so much for chiming in, guys. Let's see here. Rich Rose, how you doing? We got my man PA in here. John, Jacob, Juan, how you doing? Everybody, thank you guys kindly as we're getting this party started between the Mets and the Phillies. Game 2 of a 3-game set, and we're doing our own watch party. One second, everybody. I'm just putting out next right now that we're live, and then we'll get going here in the chat. We'll preview everything. Okay, folks. We got our guy Schiffer in here. We got Huey. How you doing? Orbs, everybody here watching live on YouTube. We got plenty of guys. Salute. How you doing, Paula? Happy to have you in here. We got Melvin. We got Ants. We got Lewis. How we doing? Great member. Chad O'Neill, great member as well. Come one, come all. Again, thank you guys so much for chiming in for our latest New York Metropolitan, not post-game show, but this time a watch party. But don't worry, because we're going to be live for post-game action right after this one, everybody. So be on the lookout for that. Oh, John, thank you so much, John Danzo, for the kind words. I appreciate that a lot, everybody. And folks, Mets fans, I got some exciting news for each and every one of you. Your guy, Wardy, is going to be at Citi Field tomorrow. So apologies in advance if the boys don't show up. They didn't show up the last game I went to this year because that was a day game against the Marlins where they lost, unfortunately, where they had no offense whatsoever. I think they lost that game 5-0 or so. So hopefully the Mets have more offense tomorrow, going from a night to a day game. It's going to be a battle between Zach Wheeler, former Met, now foe, against David Pearson, who obviously has been nails for the Mets the past year plus. Key matchup tomorrow, but I cannot wait to see so many of you guys are at Citi Field. I have a long, hectic, but really fun day tomorrow at the ballpark, so I'm going to be interacting with plenty of you guys. Be on the lookout for your short schmuck boy, which is me, and then we're getting everything set up to potentially do a live show directly after the game there live from Citi Field itself. I will give you guys confirmation tomorrow, probably on the community tab, just to remind you guys where I'll be and exactly how it's going to go, but I'm really looking forward to it. Second game on the season, hopefully first W I'll witness in person, but what happens tomorrow, I think we'll go in direct hand what happens tonight, right? You got Zach Wheeler and Pearson tomorrow, but tonight we got Griffin Canning facing off against the Southpaw and Christopher Sanchez. Now, the Mets take this series, and things might be a little different tomorrow versus if they head into a rubber match, should they say drop game 2 tonight. All I hope for is that the Mets ball out tonight, ball out tomorrow, and continue what has been nothing short of a tremendous homestand. So I'm looking forward to being at the ballpark yet again tomorrow, guys. Hope to interact with many of you guys there. But now let's get back to the chat and see what you guys have to say here. We got Peter in the chat. We got going up, Lewis Malone. How we doing? We got CJ. Andres, if you guys are chiming in the Playback app, we got Scott Sand. How you doing? We got Snowy Flunky. How you doing? We got Mateo. How you doing, baby? Happy to have you in here. That's twice in a row. What's twice in a row, Mateo? Is it us going to the same game together? Is that what you're referring to? Or are you talking about the type of game I'm going to, a day game? Let me know. I'm curious. Let's see, everybody. The Mets will beat the Phillies. I hope so. Guys. This game starts in 10 minutes, so let me give you the rundown, a little pregame coverage for each and every one of you, and then we'll get the party started with the actual ball game starting itself, everybody. Let's take a look. Eugene, happy to have you in the chat. Giovanni, everybody. Thank you, guys. Come one, come all. So if we take a look at the lineups between the Mets and the Phillies tonight, for Philadelphia, it is the following. Batting leadoff is Mr. Bryson Stott, the same Bryson Stott who took Edwin Diaz deep just this past night, making it a very sweaty end to the ball game. He's in the leadoff with his .295 average and an .805 OPS. Batting second, a man who got on multiple times via walk yesterday, but did nothing against Edwin there in the ninth inning, striking out a 97 middle, is Mr. Trey Turner at shortstop with a .263 average and a .716 OPS. Batting third is Bryce Harper, big bat as always, second on the Phillies in home runs with 5 currently, only trailing the man batting behind him, that being in Kyle Schwarber. Harper with a .262 average and an .892 OPS. He struck out on 3 pitches, including those nasty sliders from Edwin Diaz to conclude the ball game yesterday. Nick Castellanos, we're going to get to him, but Schwarber first. Schwarber batting at the DH position with a .268 average and .978 OPS and 7 home runs already on the season for the Phillies. Batting fifth is Nick Castellanos with his .289 average and .818 OPS to begin the year. Max Kepler, former Minnesota Twin, turned corner outfield now for the Philadelphia Phillies with a .233 average, .673 OPS, and did have himself a double yesterday. After Kepler, we see JT Realmuto with a .232 average, .645 OPS. He drove in Kepler yesterday, if I'm not mistaken there. That is what led to Max Schrank exiting the game after Bohm got on with a single. And speaking of Bohm got on base one too many times for a guy who's had such an underwhelming start to the year. Of the Mets challenge him hard today, including Griffin Canning, hopefully gain some swing and miss. We see Bohm with a sub-200 average and a sub-500 OPS, batting eighth at the hot corner. And batting ninth is the speedster and Mr. Johan Rojas, who's been off to a pretty solid start this year with a .324 average and a .760 OPS. Christopher Sanchez with his sub-3 ERA is facing off against Griffin Canning with his 3.43 ERA at a Mets lineup that is as follows, everybody. Let's get into it. Batting leadoff for our New York Metropolitans is our MVP candidate as of late, our leader of this ball club in more ways than one, Mr. Smile himself, and Francisco Lindor with his .284 average, .840 OPS, and coming off of a tremendous multi-home run game and 4 RBIs against these Phillies. Very reminiscent of the home run heroics we saw against the same Phillies team at home back in the LDS this past fall. Batting second is the one and only and Juan Soto. He was this close to making the Phillies in sole possession of number 1 on his personal home run leaderboard at number 20. He saw that ball just go foul yesterday after review. Unfortunately, it was a towering shot to right that we saw second deck. but Juan Soto has a three-way tie for the most home runs he's ever hit against any major league team in his career. He has 19 against the Braves, 19 against our Mets. Thankfully, no more is going to happen from there, obviously, and 19 with the Philadelphia Phillies. Let's see him get the Phillies in sole possession of number one on that list. Batting third is the polar bear and Pete Alonso with his 341 average and 1,139 OPS. Not too shabby. Soto's at 244 and 785, if I didn't say that already. Mark Vientos back in the Mets lineup there, batting fourth out the hot corner, coming off of a little bit of a groin tweak that had him sidelined the past 48 hours. Mark's back, though, was 167 average and 565 OPS, but that doesn't tell the full story. Vientos was swinging the bat much better in his final games leading up to his injury there versus what he did to begin the season. Starling Marte is batting there at fifth in the DH spot. It makes sense against the lefty. 179 average, 575 OPS. Batting sixth is our favorite catcher right now, as Alvarez will return soon, as Alvarez and McNeil are playing in Syracuse tonight, everybody. But before we get there, Louis Torrens, 226 average, 664 OPS. Batting seventh, moving up in the order today, is Tyrone Taylor, as Taylor gets a start in center field with his 211 average and 535 OPS. Luis Angel Acuna bats eighth, which I don't love, honestly. 292 with a 754. Acuna should bat ninth. I think is the perfect plate setter for the top of the order. And it kind of bothers me that we're not going down that route personally, but no less, batting ninth now in left field, giving Brandon Nimmo the rare off day, everybody, is Jose Azcar with his 333 average, 666 OPS, his one and only game with the Mets so far this season. So the Mets are going to be looking to get that offensive production starting top heavy this time. Should they get production from the bottom of the order like they have in previous games? Great, but I'm not expecting Jose Azcar to come out and necessarily rake today. And I got to be honest, I'm a little surprised that Brandon Nimmo is getting the off day today, because Nimmo is historically one of the Mets' better batters against left-handed pitching that we've seen over the years, and I kind of find it silly that he's out of the line today, probably in direct part because of the pitching matchup. Obviously, Carlos Mendoza and David Stearns have better information than I do, and they have a hunch to feel the way that they do, so be it. But that is probably the one gripe I have right now. Out of all games that you're going to bench Brandon Nimmo, you decide to bench Brandon Nimmo today when he usually sees lefties just as good as anybody. Juan Soto also, as a surprise, absolutely nobody, sees lefties just as good as anybody, if not better. I shouldn't even say anybody, because Soto is not an anybody player. He's well above that we know, and hopefully we see that exemplified in tonight's game against the Southpaw Sanchez. Brandon in the chat, how we doing? He says, what's up, Wardy? Hope you're having a good one. I'm having a great one, my man. Thank you so much. We got ourselves over 30 people right now on the Playback app, so happy to have you guys in here as well, everybody. Yes, I did see what happened in WWE yesterday between Cena and Randy Orton. I gotta say, even as someone who doesn't care for WWE at this point in their life, I did when I was younger, I love the idea of John Cena and Randy Orton battling out there for the championship again, just like they did so many times there back when I was a youngster in the 2000s especially. That's when it was really like peak John Cena and Randy Orton rivalry. That was a lot of fun. So for any of my wrestling fans out there, that's my thoughts about that, because I was just asked that in Playback. Seeds, how we doing? A-Beg, how you doing? F Philly, indeed, baby. Love to see that. Mateo, going up the list here. Schiffer, Cons, how we doing, baby? Going up the list. Shreks, as always. Apologies, folks. I had to sneeze. But if you guys want to actually watch the Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy today to our 100+ watch on YouTube right now, all you guys got to do is click that link available in the description, as well as here in the chat of the live show. Click it. Go to playback.tv/WardyNYM. It's a free sign up, and all you need to have is an MLB TV subscription. If you have an MLB TV subscription, you are good to go, and you are automatically going to be able to watch the Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy here in the Playback app. That is the main difference between Playback and YouTube. And I'm going to reiterate that constantly throughout the entire show, mainly just because I want to incentivize you to come over to Playback, because we're going to be doing a lot of fun watch parties like this every single week throughout the course of the season with them. And it's definitely a more enjoyable experience, in my opinion, than you guys just watching me on YouTube where I have the scoreboard and that's that. I think there's a better element to it by actually having the game on itself and we're reacting live in real time. And Mateo's given a great review in the Playback app as we speak. He says, I love Playback. I always wanted some way to stream sports. Maybe they could use the same thing for like watch parties on other sites. Absolutely. This is just the beginning. Playback's been around for a couple years now, but they have been officially licensed with MLB entering this year's season, which is why I'm now fortunate to be working with them. And they're a fantastic platform. They're really easy to navigate. And what I love most is that you can switch channels whenever you want. So if say the Mets are getting steamrolled early and we want to take a break from watching, or if we just want to skip and go ahead to a different ball game while it's a commercial break, we can do that without a problem. And the funny thing about this, everybody, is have you guys chimed into our playback show in our previous matchup that we did, and that was our playback game. That was Mets against the Cardinals, I want to say, if not the Marlins. And in our previous playback matchup, everybody, it went really, really well. And one thing that I love so much about it is the fact that you are able to hear what are we talking about in the chat? I'm sorry, I was just reading up in the YouTube chat for a second. I got thrown off. Is Nemo hurt? No, I don't believe Nemo's hurt. He's just getting the off day. That's that. But again, playback is really easy to navigate. And I love the fact that, again, you can simply hop to different channels because, great example, our last watch party we did less than a week ago, everybody. I put on the Orioles game, Orioles Guardians. I kid you not, I had that game on for no longer than 4 minutes total. Not probably even 3 minutes total between two different commercial breaks. And in both commercial breaks, probably a half hour at least apart, if not longer, the Orioles hit home runs in both of them. So it was really fun to call. The first was Ryan O'Hearn getting a fastball in. They absolutely turned on for a multi-run shot. And then Heston Kjerstad got himself a pitch right down the pipe by Tanner Bybee, and that was nuked as well. That was a really fun thing to do. But very rarely do you see, as soon as you skip over to another ball game, and I'm like, all right, guys, and the 3-2. Heston Kjerstad drives one. It's high, it's far, and it is gone. Just like that. So we'll see. Depending on what happens as we hop between games today, maybe we'll get home run heroics happening from other teams. I just hope that the Mets hit some bombs tonight themselves and save some tomorrow where I'll be attending. Again, guys, your guy Wardy, I will be attending tomorrow's baseball game. That is the plan as of now, unless something changes, which I don't anticipate it to, but we're pretty much at like the finish line. We're at the 99 percentile of it happening. We're at 99% of it loading. So pretty much a lock that I'll be attending tomorrow's game, everybody. I'm also planning to be doing some fun work there in studio with the New York Post. So be on the lookout. You guys should be seeing some segments drop on YouTube and on socials for them tomorrow after I do my recordings with them. And then me and my guy Brendan London will probably be hitting the game together and doing some fun content while we're at Citi Field 2. And then hopefully I'll be giving you guys a post-game show thereafter. Let's see. Ewan, you're going to be at the game. Love that. Love to see it, baby. Hope to see you there then. What I do usually when I attend games, especially because I want to interact with a lot of you guys, is I will probably go around the 6th or the 7th inning to the outfield concourse, if not pregame, and tell you guys, hey, if you want to hang out with your guy Wardy for an inning, I'm going to be hanging out right around the center field concourse, which is kind of right behind the main seats where the 7 lines sit, right where they have, to my right is Shake Shack. To my left is, this other kind of drink spot where, it's like a bar, but, it's like right in the heart of the concourse there in center field after the Shea Bridge. You guys probably know what I'm saying, but I'll be there tomorrow, probably the 6th or 7th inning while roaming around the ballpark throughout the ball game. But Griffin Canning is getting set to toe the rubber, and Griffin Canning said, I want to wear those New York Met black jerseys. So that's what the Mets are doing, folks. If you guys remember, last season, it was reported that Mets pitchers had a say in the uniforms that they'd wear. So Luis Severino wore the black jerseys as much as he possibly could. It was his favorite jersey, clearly. Other guys, they liked either the whites or they liked the grays sometimes. But the grays, obviously, you're not really rocking too much unless you're on the road. So mainly it's just debating on if you're going to wear the white, the City Connect, or the black. Griffin Canning's opting for the black jerseys tonight, so that's what we're getting here for this Game 2 matchup. Not opposed to it. Let's see what happens now, Griffin. Big matchup between the Mets and the Phillies against Philadelphia, and I'm excited to get into this one. Wardy's reaction to the Alonso home run, yeah, it was insane. I can't – oh, my God, that was crazy. Seriously. It was absolutely nuts. Ready, you want to collab? Let's see. Totally do I know they're totally two different persons. I know they are, and that's kind of the reason why I want to do it. Because Broads Media is one of the only like Philly talking heads I feel like I know in the community currently. That's been the game for a while. Also does locals Philly radio every single day for them. He's grinding. He's doing a good job. And I like, as someone who's been hot-headed like him before over the Mets, I would like to have that back and forth with him at some point this year. So we'll try to make it happen for a future series. We'll see. But first pitch from Griffin Canning to Bryson Stott, and that's a fastball below the knees. And the ump's already being generous, and it's 0-1 on the count. Got to get kicked out. They're telling me I have to sign up for MLB or something. You have to, yeah, guys, you need it. In order to utilize this, you need to make sure you have an MLB TV subscription. If you guys have VPNs of any sort, that might be able to help you as well there in the Playback app. If you say a blackout issues, Otherwise, there's not much else I can do. Again, the whole point in Playback is that it's free to utilize, but you just need to make sure you have subscriptions to these respective platforms in order to watch. Same way that we're doing it right now to the 40 plus in our Playback app and to the 100 plus now on YouTube, following along with the scoreboard. And the 1-1 from Canning, that's going to be a hacked foul. The right side is Stott, and it's now 1-2. Abeg, I'm glad you like the app. That's the other thing that I've noticed. Everyone that I've talked to that has utilized the app has enjoyed it. Bryson Stott pokes himself an opposite field single, everybody, on 91 miles per hour by Mr. Griffin Canning, and we're officially underway. Alrighty, folks. Here's Trey Turner with Bryson Stott on first. No way. Top of the first. Top of the ball game, everybody. 0-0 Phillies and Mets. Griffin Canning sets for pitch number 5. That's hacked away foul on the slider running in there to Turner. 0-1. Wardy, do you think do you think we'll have some success against Sanchez tonight? I do. I do think so. Yeah. I'm curious to see how things will go in hand with a solid crowd yet again at City Field, and Sanchez not having the home field advantage like he had last year in a lot of matchups at Citizens Bank Park. Sanchez took a lot of advantage of playing at home in Philly, but on the road he didn't have the same amount of success. So I'm hoping the Mets can continue what we saw a bit last year from him. All right, guys, the 0-1 count. One on, no way. Top of the first. Griffin Canning gets set to face Trey Turner here for pitch number 6. And here it is. That's going to be, that's a slider that just did not get the call. It's 1-1 on the count. So Canning, who got his first call to begin the game on a fastball below the zone, now gets one against him this time the other way around to make it back even on the count. 1-1 with one on and no away. And the 1-1. Okay. And that's going to be, okay, 2-1. Shreks, the kiddo's doing great. Thank you for asking me. You're getting your profile decked out. Good seeds. I'm glad. Design it however which way you like. And the 2-1 from Canning, everybody. That's going to be a dotted fastball, 96 outside corner, and it's back even on the count now, 2-2. If you guys would like to join us watching this game live in real time with GKR here in the Playback app, head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM. It's linked here in the chat as well as in the description down below to everyone watching on YouTube. Trey's going to rip one oppo, but it goes right in the glove of Juan Soto, and there's one away. Mad Team, how you doing, baby? Good. I'm glad you found the messages. I had tickets for tomorrow's game since January, I think. I went to the last game you were at basically last minute, so it's crazy we're going to be both at the same first games. Mateo, did we meet up the first game, or did you just know that I was there? One on, one away for Bryce Harper. Canning sets the pitch, and that's going to be not fastball. What was that, a cutter? And it's going to be 0-1. Oh, Bryce just ripped one. It's high, it's far, but it is staying fair. Okay, good. Jose Alzcar's on the warning track to back him up. He makes the catch, and there's now 2 away, everybody. Good swing by Bryce, but he got just under it there on the high heat from Mr. Griffin Canning. Every time Bryce makes contact, I tense up for a second. Robert, how you doing, baby? Happy to have you in the chat. LFGM. Zach Flakerton, how you doing? John Gallagher, Big Frank, Babe Eakin, Juan Diaz, as always, PA. Thank you guys. JC, Shreks, Lugo I, how you doing? Huey, everybody watching live in the Playback app or live here on YouTube. We're happy to have you, everybody. We got Steve in the chat as always. How we doing, Steve? Hope you're great. And the 0-1 from Canning. That's going to be in the dirt there. 1-1 is the count of Kyle Schwarber. Schwarber, who leads the offense for the Philadelphia Phillies so far this season with a whopping 7 home runs already this year, is their batting fifth. Need a big offense? I hope so, John. You and I both, baby. Wee woo. How we doing? Perry in the chat. We got a lot of people chiming in. Thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate it. And the 1-1. That's going to be ripped to right, and that is going to be a single for Kyle Schwarber. We're going to have runners on the corners now with 2 away for Mr. Griffin Canning to try to escape the early jam. There's one thing that I did state yesterday, everybody. This Phillies team is no slouch on the offensive end. They might be boom or bust, but when they see meatball fastballs, they're going to pounce. And Griffin Canning is a guy that's very susceptible to getting rocked in an outing like this. So after he came off of his best start, Griffin Canning, that we saw in 2 series ago for the Mets, it's important to see what Canning can provide to this Mets team in a key matchup against Philly, where this is without question their biggest test yet. And now here comes Nick Castellanos with his 333 average with runners in scoring position this season and 12 RBIs to try to drive in a run here with 2 outs. Top of the first, runners on the corners, 2 away. Griffin Canning sets for pitch number 15 on the night here in the first inning. And that's going to be a big swing and miss there. Gorgeous slider there that never touched the zone from Canning. Got Nicky C to bite, and it's 0-1 on the count. Matthew, exactly, Matthew. You know everything when it comes to Jesse Winker. We love him. And that's going to be poked Oppo, but that is going to be foul. And Nick Castellanos is quickly down the count now 0-2. Did you see Canning is singing Fly Eagles, like Fly Eagles Fly? I hope what? Baby Eakin, thank you so much for the donation. Let's go Mets. We the best. You said it, baby. Let's secure the latest series victory. That's what I want to see, right? Hopefully we can make that happen. And the 0-2. And that's going to be just out of the zone there. Back even on the count. Pardon me, not back even. 1-2 is the count now. Cannon reminds me of Rick Reed, says Huey in chat on Playback. I think I pretty much hate every player in the Phillies. Spoken like a true Mets fan, JC. I love that. And the 1-2. Hacked away foul on the left side. 2-2. 1-2. Why do I keep saying 2-2? Mateo says, I think Playback's next move should be for TV subscriptions. They usually are used for a lot of sports streaming apps, but I don't know how well that would work. Yeah, I mean, I'll definitely relay some of this stuff to my guy Sam. He is the man running the show here for Playback, and he's a great guy. Does fantastic work here, and I'm very grateful to have built the relationship with him as well as many others already in the Playback community. How come you can't see the game? Only see Wardy on screen. Joey, you need to make sure you sign into your MLB TV subscription, Joey. If you don't have one, then you're not going to be able to watch the game. And you can sign into your MLB TV subscription by just going to your account profile and then going to MLB, and then you sign in there. And the 1-2 to Castellanos. Pitch number 19 underway by Canning this inning, and it's going to be ripped. It's the center, and it's right there for Tyrone Taylor. And Griffin Canning escapes the 2-on, 2-out jam. Mets head the bottom of the first, still tied 0-0. Come on. Oh, okay, guys. Let's talk Francisco Lindor for a hot second, right? Lindor's getting set to lead things off for the Mets in the bottom of the first. Let's get our early Lindor predictions in. Is Cisco going to do A, ground out, B, strike out, C, fly out, D, single, E, double, F, home run, A, B, C, D, E, F, G? I guess G can just be something else. I'm not exactly sure what it would be, but you guys could figure it out. G could be the walk. We could do the walk. That'll be G. So you got A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You got plenty of letter options. A lot of people think he's going to get walked. Okay. Interesting. 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 I'm actually surprised by the amount of people that are like, "Oh, he's 100% getting walked." I'm not going to be upset if it happens. I'm just interesting. Okay. For Lindor says our guy Duran in the chat right now, great member. Okay. Riddle, my day honestly wasn't great, but I appreciate you asking. Just was a bit more hectic than I needed to be, but thankfully it's better now. It's calmer now, and I can't complain about that. So looking forward to doing the coverage with you guys tonight, as well as everything that's going to entail there being in the city and then being at City Field tomorrow. I can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's see. Scott says, as a righty, he's not the same guy yet. When it comes to Lindor, you're right, because he hasn't gotten nearly as many reps yet from the side of the plate. That's true. Let's see what happens. Exactly. Hey, Jack. It just be like that sometimes, whether it's work, personal life, you name it. Things just get in the way and you got to chug through them. But that's okay. Nothing too complex. Just again, you always annoying when you start a day thinking, okay, this is how my day is gonna go, and then a wrench gets thrown in, something you weren't expecting. You're like, okay, I got to deal with that. Then I can go about the rest of my day. Are we still full? We woo here, boys. Absolutely twigs. Happy to have you in here. All right, guys, here we go. And the 1-1 to Francisco Lindor from Christopher Sanchez. And that's going to be taken well below the knees on the off speed. And it's 2-1. And the 2-1. Oh, he's so good. An opposite field single for Francisco Lindor, guys. So if you guessed A, B, C, D, whoever guessed E for single and our A, B, C, D, E, F, G predictions, you were right. Congratulations. Mr. Smile gets on with a leadoff hit because, of course, he does. He's so good. He's just so good. Anna, how are you? Thank you so much for chiming in. Eugene says he's unstoppable. He really is. He's an animal. Here comes Juan Soto now, everybody. Oh, the crowd's getting loud already. Bottom of the first. That's hacked away foul. 94 down the pipe. Christopher Sanchez and Juan Soto. Juan wants to greet him the best way he knows how, and that's a 2-run bomb to center. Let's have that become a reality, please. And the 0-1 to Soto, and that's going to be taken down and in. 1-1. If you guys are just chiming in, Francisco Lindor just got the party started with a leadoff opposite field single. Mets have one on with no away. Bottom of the first, tied 0-0. And the 1-1. Taken inside again. 2-1 now. Headers count for Juan Soto early. If you guys would like to join us here in the Playback app to a roughly 50,000 strong, I really implore you guys to do it. We have a lot of fun in the Playback app. We're watching the Mets game live in real time. Hit that link that's available in the chat live on YouTube or the description down below to playback.tv/WardyNYM to join us today. Sign up for free. Use your MLB TV subscription, and it's that easy to watch a game live in real time or your guy Wardy and everyone else that we currently have in the chat. You guys can also, in the Playback app, you obviously can chat just like how you do on YouTube, normal chats, donations, and I can even highlight your comments as well. So I'll highlight comments periodically throughout the entire course of the show. What is most notable from you guys and stuff like that. Soto gets robbed right away. And this is a prime example, everybody, of Juan Soto doing nothing wrong but great defense, sucking him up. Alec Boehm was just an effing vacuum at third base. What should have been an opposite field single for Soto was instead a tremendous turn. Quick get up there by Alec Boehm to get the force out there on Francisco Lindor to Bryson stop. But Soto is safe as he hustled down the first baseline. So there's one on and one away, everybody, here in the bottom of the first for Pete Alonso. That's just unfortunate luck. So, oh my God. Alonso just took a ridiculous rip on 95 down the pipe. Now, Alonso, I really don't know how he's going to perform today because he's fluctuated with his production against lefty starters. but hopefully he can have himself a big game tonight. Let's see what happens, baby. Oh, Alonso's going to chop one. It's going to get Soto to second. That's going to be the second out of the inning, everybody. There's now a runner in scoring position for Mark Vientos' first at bat in a couple games. Snowy Flunky says Soto's right foot starts at almost a 180 angle. Yeah, it's ridiculous. If you're talking about his stance, yeah, it's crazy. He's so good. Okay, Vientos is going to take a breaking ball there, or pardon me, slider there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Mark has yet to record a hit this year against a lefty, if I'm not mistaken. And the 0-1. Taken down and away. We're back even on the count now, 1-1. 96 fastball misses there by Sanchez. If you guys are watching on YouTube, hit that like and subscribe button. Help us get to 33,000 subscribers for our next short-term goal and 100 likes in the chat. Thank you guys kindly for that. If you guys are watching the Playback app, just continue to be the amazing followers that you've been. Um, let's see. You guys are spamming the chat and Playback. Mark, remember what you did in the NLDS? I agree. Remember, Mark. Channel it, Mark. And that's going to be hacked to, is that going to stay fair or foul? That's going to be foul. Vientos chops one, and it's 2-2 on the count, everybody. Shrek's and the Playback chat is just spamming, bomb it, bomb it, bomb it, bomb it. Come on. Come on. Come on, Mark. Give us what we want, Mark. And the 2-2, runner in score position, two-way, bottom of the first, game two of this three-game matchup. And that's going to be a breaking ball missing outside, full count now to Mark Vientos. Let's not forget what Vientos was doing prior to his injury, everybody. He had himself bombs in back-to-back days and was really starting to turn things on offensively. And the 3-2. Chopped foul the right side for Vientos, and it's still full count. And the 3-2. Hacked away foul again by Mark. Staying alive, trying to find his pitch. Still full count now, folks. If you're just chiming in, everybody, Francisco Lindor led off the party today the best way he knows how, and that's by getting on base. It was an opposite field single, as Juan Soto unfortunately sharply ground out opposite field. In the infield, Alec Boehm, who got the force out, and then Alonso with a soft ground out, moved Soto to second with 2 outs, and the 3-2. And that's going to be ripped, and that's fair! Mark Vientos, welcome back, baby! An RBI double, and the Mets have themselves a 1-0 lead. Welcome back, Swaggy V. We missed you, baby. That was fantastic. Mwah! There we go. Get the party started, Mark. Yeah, that's what we love to see, baby. There we go. Beautiful heading by Mark Vientos to work the full count. Gets that one past Boehm down the third base side. It is a 1-0 Mets lead early, and we're already pouncing on Christopher Sanchez. Hell yeah, baby. Let's go, Mark. Okay. Okay, we'll take that. Sorry, everybody. I'm just posting on X right now. The Vientos play. All right, guys. 0-2 quickly here to Starling Marte. Mets have a 1-0 lead thanks to Mark Vientos with a 2-out double and the 0-2. And that's going to be getting past. All right. Mets have another runner now, this time at third base. Vientos moves over on the wild pitch, everybody. Let's see if Marte can drive him in here. And the 1-2 to Marte. That's going to be taken inside on the fastball. It's back even on the count now, 2-2. Taken inside again. It's now full count. Great job by Marte to work this back from 0-2. And the 3-2. There we go. Starling Marte. That is a quality at bat right there, everybody. Marte takes his walk after starting the count 0-2, and the Mets have runners on the corners with two away now here for Luis Torrens. And here comes the pitching coach for Philadelphia to try to calm Christopher Sanchez and his tits down. Come on, Torrens. Beat his ass up, baby. Let's do this. I love the broadcast. Keith is like Muumu's everywhere. They're a fantastic sponsor for the Mets. They're doing really good things. And we would see Gary reply, what was it about like milk or cows or something along those lines? It was stupid. I already forgot it, but it was funny. Apologies. This is just how I am when I'm watching the game usually. All right, guys. Runners on the corners. 2 out. Luis Torrens. First pitch from Sanchez. That's going to be taken inside 96, not chasing, is Mr. Torrens. And it's 1-0. I think Carlos Estevez left too much of a sour taste in their mouths from the NLDS and Lindor, which is why they did that, Frank. Another one inside. Sanchez continues to miss early. Great job by Torrens not getting sorted up here. We got ourselves an early hitters count. 2-0. 2 on, 2 away. Mets up by 1 in the bottom of the first against Philadelphia. And the 2-0. That's fine. Good take by Torrens. Takes a fastball off the knees, and we're back now. 2-1 on the count. And the 2-1. Taken inside. 3-1 now. 3-1. Almost at 30 pitches is Christopher Sanchez here in the bottom of the first. The Mets already have themselves a 1-0 lead. Hacked away foul by Torrens. Full count now. That was a really cool transition by SNY. Made you think you blinked, and that's how the transition was. Terren strikes out Sweeney to end the inning. Brutal. 96. He just missed it. Good pitch. Unfortunate, though. Would have loved to add more insurance there for the Mets. But the Mets do have themselves a 1-0 lead. Runners in scoring position woes continue to a degree. But the good news, the Mets got their first run today by Mark Vientos, who just entered back in this lineup. That was his first hit of the year against a left-handed pitcher. It was his second hit with runners in scoring position so far this year. And on top of it all, it was with 2 outs. So definitely some early signs of encouragement for the Mets to begin this ball game, as Christopher Sanchez is already 30 pitches up on the count, and he will begin the second inning there against Tyrone Taylor, Luis Angel Acuna, and Mr. Jose Oscar for the 7-8-9. How are we feeling, everybody? How are we feeling with that start to the game? Not complaining. Would have liked some more offense, but again, I thought the boys did a lot of things well early on in this one. Gonna put this clip on X real quick of just my reaction to the Vientos play. Okay, let's put this on X real quick. If you guys are watching live on YouTube, thank you guys so much. If you're watching live in the Playback app, thank you so much as well. We're happy to have you. We're breaking down the Mets game live in real time tonight. If you're watching in Playback, you're actually able to watch the Mets game with us if you have an MLB TV subscription. Alrighty, folks. Want to know on the count for Griffin Canning as we get set here in the top of the second, everybody. Mets are up by 1, looking to do more after working Christopher Sanchez to a 30-pitch first. Alvarez and McNeil are both returning against the Nationals, everybody. And the 1-1. Fastball up there to Kepler. Griffin's already not looking as sharp as he did last outing. You could just tell right away. Am I going to any games in Washington? I am not, D-Mac. I was initially thinking about it, but not going to work with the schedule this weekend, unfortunately. Hoping to hit a game in D.C. before the season ends, though. That'd be fun. I love the wordplay with wee woo in the chat and Playback. You guys are funny. And the 2-2 from Caddy to Kepler, and that's going to miss down and away there. Now at 3-2, full count. Do not want to walk Max Kepler to begin this inning whatsoever. No need to be walking the guys that we shouldn't be walking. Okay, please, especially with JT coming up right after. And the 3-2. Nice big strikeout. Gorgeous slider by Griffin Canning. There's one away, everybody. Nice punchy by Griffin. That was nice. Nice, 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 nice. That was disgusting. That was really nice. Spam the K's in the chat, everybody. Spam it in the Playback app. Spam it here on YouTube as well. Griffin Canning with a nasty strikeout there on what I believe is a slider against Max Kepler down and in. All right, guys, and the 1-0, a one away for JT Realmuto. Now 2-0. JT, who got the offense finally started for the Phillies in the ninth, taking Max Kranick, not deep, but ripping an RBI single off of him. That made it 5-1 Mets, and then ultimately Bryson Stott made it 5-4 Mets when Edwin Diaz came in. And the 2-0 from Canning. Oh, that's going to be a double for Mr. JT Realmuto. Jose Azcar charges in, gets a throw in, but he will be safe. There is a runner in scoring position with one away for JT Realmuto, who's now 2 for 2 in his last two at bats against the Mets, going back to yesterday. All right, guys, 0-1, and here's Alec Boehm. Well, one on, one away. JT's at second. Mets are up by one, and Philly's trying to respond back. Come on, baby. 1-1 now on the count. Also, folks, let me know live on YouTube as well as to everyone watching here in the Playback app. How is the audio and how is the visuals? As you guys can see, I've moved my setup. We are in a little bit of a different location now, and that's why the walls doesn't have as many things covered as I used to. There's usually I put some stuff right there. I got to put Alvarez right over there. But with that being said, I hope you guys like the lighting, the setup, and all that kind of stuff. We're going to continue to toy with it. But for right now, I am pretty satisfied with how it looks and sounds. But let me know what you guys think in the chat. And thank you kindly for that. Zelda, great memory. Happy to have you in here. 2-1 from Griffin Canning. Oh, that just missed up and in. 3-1. That's borderline. That's really borderline. Matt, how you doing, baby, in the chat? Happy to have you in here. Mr. Delightful, great member. How are you? Great Nate here in the Playback app. How you doing? We got John Gallagher as always. Chopper. Oh no, Canning bobbles it, and everyone's safe. F me sideways. Alec Boehm with a comebacker, writes a Canning. Not a hard comebacker, but he just couldn't handle it. Now there's runners at the corners with one away, and a sac fly or ground out ties this ball game. It just hit off of his glove because if you guys didn't see, Canning's body was turned and he kind of had to reach back, put his glove right by his hip side, and he couldn't make the snag in time. Easy the chat saying arrest the sump, life sentence. Guys are killing me. It's the second inning. And okay, right up the middle, and it's a tied ball game. That's what happens when you throw a meatball down the dick. It's almost like we should have expected that. The worst part is that we allowed the Phillies 7, 8, and 9 hitters to do anything here. This was my concern heading into this game, guys. I think Canning's going to get exposed a little bit. I really do. Miguel has better stuff than Canning. We saw that yesterday. That was a slider right down the pipe, though. Like, come on. Ugh. I apologize. That slider wasn't down the pipe. It just felt that way because he went up the middle with it. The slider was actually down and away just outside the zone, but it was good hitting by Johan Rojas, and he deserves credit for it and took advantage of the alignment that the Mets had with their infield there. All right, guys, 2 on, 1 away. Top of the second. Phillies up. Pardon me, not Phillies aren't up now as of least. Can't even talk. Phillies are not up at the current moment, but it's a tied ball game. Wow, I can't talk. Tyler, come on. Tied ball game now. 1-1. Top of the second. There we go. Sometimes you just get the tongue twisters that you need to slow it down and kind of speak it out nice and slow like this. Bryson Stott's going to take 95 on the knees, and that was a called strike. And it's quickly 0-2. You know, Brandon, we're good, baby. Don't you worry. I love the name too, Brandoni Rigatoni. I like that. Yeah, Chad, I agree. We need a double play ball right now. That'd be fantastic. John, yes, Alvy and McNeil are going to be back this week against the Nationals. Canning gets the nice tag out there on Bryson Stott, and runners do move over, but now there's two away. And Matt, thank you. That just comes from talking every single day to thousands of people for a living. It becomes second nature, that kind of thing. But the tongue ties, the hiccups still certainly happen. I just try to keep them few and far in between versus, choking up on every word that I have to say. Getting back to it, everybody. Top of the second, Mets, Phillies tied 1-1. Trey Turner has 2 on in scoring position with 2 away here. 38 pitches in for Griffin Canning, and Bryce Harper is on deck. Need to get this out here on Turner. Need to get this out. It's imperative that we get this out. Come on. What's the deal with Nunez? He will hopefully be back as soon as this week from Syracuse. Mets haven't rushed him up because they haven't felt the need to in part, and they want to see him get more of a sample size at the minor league level because he's fluctuated with his early production. But I think last night was a great latest example as to why Nunez should be back with his team ASAP. All right, guys. In the 1-1 by Canning. Okay, let's see, Mark. Get that throw. There we go. Huge out by Mark Vientos. And that does it for the inning. Gets out the speedy Trey Turner. And we head, folks, to the bottom of the second. Still tied 1-1. What a play by Vientos. An even better pick by Alonso to stay on the bag. And we're tied. Oh, good play. Good play. We'll take that. Defense. 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 If only my Knicks could have done that yesterday and stopped the damn 3 ball. I digress. All right. Who gets sent down for Nunez? That's to be determined, but Danny Young is the first to go. I'd say for sure. It's gonna be Danny Young or it's gonna be Budo. That's my guess at this point in time. Whew. Great play by Alonso, seriously. Twigs. What are we talking about, Twigs? Seeing some out of pocket things in our playback chat right now. Let's see. Yon out there giving me agita. Yeah, he gives us all agita. If you know, you know. 100%. Let's see what we got here live on YouTube, everybody. Thank you guys kindly chiming in live on a replay as we're breaking down the latest in Mets land for our latest in-game watch party live not only on YouTube, but as well as the Playback app. And all you guys need to do to partake to watch a Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy is to head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM. Link down below in the description, as well as the link available in the chat for you guys on YouTube. Click that, sign up for free, join our room, and all you need is an MLB TV subscription. And bam, you're in the chat with us, having a great time as we're watching Gary, Keith, and Ron do their thing tonight on the broadcast. Nikos, I'm glad the background and everything looks good for you. Happy to hear that. We'll do these every series, and not necessarily every series, but every week we will be doing watch parties. Yes, every single week. If you guys have paid attention, this is already our fourth watch party on the year, and we've done once a week on average. Um, Playback wants me to do more than once a week. I'm not opposed to doing more than once a week. I just easier said than done with my schedule as a full time dad and making content daily for you guys. It's a lot. I'm not gonna lie. So got to make sure that I balance myself a decent amount. So pretty much I find the best day out of the week that I think is best for me, my schedule. I pick that for our watch party. And then as the year goes on, I'll probably get more comfortable to slate in doing two a week and kind of going on from there. So be on the lookout. More to come plenty. 0-1 on the count for Tyrone Taylor in the bottom of the second. Mets worked Christopher Sanchez brilliantly as Sanchez missed a lot inside against right-handers. And he's doing that yet again. Back even on the count is Tyrone Taylor, 101 on 95 taken inside. Look at these guys, Gary, Keith, and Ron drooling over the sunset tonight. I know it's pretty, but I'm sorry. Is this the first sunset we've seen, Gary? I swear he's been talking about this damn sunset the past inning as if this is as if this is like Cage Man discovers fire for the first time. What are we doing here, Gary? I love you. Let's lock in on the game, baby. It's 2-2. It's on the is the count now. And the 2-2. And that's a big swing and miss by Tyrone Taylor, who chases the off speed, and it's now one away. Christopher Sanchez, solid chance he gets in a groove facing the 7, 8, 9 headers here to begin the second. Who is better, Vientos or Yandy Diaz? I mean, total player and roundedness, it's definitely Yandy Diaz right now. But I think when you think of power and upside, Vientos has more for sure. But an overall player, you have to give it to Yandy Diaz right now. He has a bigger track record and a very good one. Love Vientos, though, and I think his power is what's going to carry him to be a better player than Yandy will ever be in his career. And that's not a slate on Yandy either, but that's an interesting question from Mark Vientos supporter in the chat. Acuna is going to hack that one away foul, and it's now 2-1 on the count. Luis Angel Acuna, who's one of my favorite players on this Mets roster this year, is batting 292 at a 750 or so OPS. He's been off to a tremendous start this year, and he has been a blessing as one of the youngsters to blossom right away to begin this season. And the 2-1, Acuna's going to take that below the knees on the breaking ball, and it's 3-1. Tyler McGill is downing what appears to be a smoothie, a protein shake, something along those lines that he's kind of chomping on a little bit. I'll have to ask Julie post game what it was. Acuna takes his ball four, and they just made the biggest mistake ever. Imagine being so stupid to allow the fastest man on the planet on the base pass, everybody. 99 percentile Luis Angel Acuna. Is Acuna 5'4"? Oh, he's tiny. Acuna is about the same size as me, everybody. And I'm short as shit. Jet Williams is also right around the same size as me, and I'm short as shit. The fact that these guys are doing what they're doing at the major league level, maybe a smidge taller than me, is baffling. They're so good. They're so good. 5'3" with an attitude. That's funny. I know that trend. That's a good one. Acuna's 5'7". Yeah, well, lifts on. Okay, and the 1-0. And that Ascar is going to left that one to the right side, but it's going to go foul, just out of range for Nick Castellanos. And it's 1-1. JC, exactly. And I can say that as a short schmuck, so it's okay. And the 1-1, one on, one away, bottom of the first. Here comes the pitch to Ascar from Sanchez. And he free. Oh, good thing that was only strike two. Fastball right down the pipe around the knees. Now 1-2 is the count, everybody. I need Acuna to steal a bag right now so bad. There we go. Ozzy Ascar with an opposite field single. Acuna's going to third. Will he get there? Yes, he will. What is up with the bottom of the order? They banged so hard for no reason. Oh, baby. Welcome to Queens, Jose. We'll take that. Ah. Acuna is so good. Acuna is so good. Acuna got to third when he literally was stuck between first and second until that ball got past Stott's head. He's so good. He's so good. He's so good. Cue my girl. My girl. Okay. All right, guys. Citi Field is roaring for Francisco Lindor. Runners out the corners. One out. Tied ball game 1-1. Won't be long. Fastball at the knees. Okay. 0-1. Alrighty, folks. And the 1-1. Lindor's going to chop that one foul to the left side, and it's 1-2. Oh, Jose Ascar stuck between first and second. No! What the fuck are we doing? Motherfucker. That was annoying. Mets try to be smart, but the problem is they're not going to fall for it every time. Lindor made the Cardinals infield look stupid, but it doesn't mean the Phillies are going to fall for the same shit with Jose Ascar. Jose gets stuck between first and second, trying to get the runner over. Acuna can't get back to third base in time, and the out is out. Pardon me. And the runner's out there at third. Ascar gets to second base, but that was frustrating. That's annoying. All right, let's drive him in. Come on, Lindor. And the 1-2. And it's an infield pop out. Oppo will it stay foul? Oh, wow. Harper had it, and he missed it. And the 2-2. Okay, that's going to be taken down, and that's full count of Francisco Lindor. I agree, Scott. I don't know why he was bothering to do anything there. It was stupid. How are we feeling, everybody? Great, Nate, JC, Perry, Mets fan, everyone in the chat and playback. Happy to have you guys in here. If you guys are watching live on YouTube, thank you guys for smashing that like and the subscribe button in case you haven't already, as we break down the latest of Mets land and our latest in-game watch party. And the 3-2. Of course. There we go. Come on. Score. There we go. Francisco Lindor is our captain. He's arcane. The Mets have themselves a 2-1 lead. Should be at least 2-1, if not 3-1, but I'll take it. Lindor goes Oppo free, second time today, both from the right side, and the Mets are up by one, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Mr. Smile for being the best damn captain in the game. I'm going to tweet this out now. Hold on one second, everybody. I love that Ron Darling just took the words out of my mouth I was about to say. You know you're good when you get that knock, even after the base running blunder just a second ago. 1,000%. Here's Juan Soto now with 2 out and 1 on. Let's see if Soto can do anything here in this lefty-lefty matchup. Mets have themselves a 2-1 lead, everybody. We're live in the Playback app. Head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM to watch the Mets game live in real time with your guy, Wardy, or chime in here on YouTube the way that many of you guys are doing as well. Happy to have you guys in here. The 1-0. That's going to be fastball down the pipe, 96. Back even on the count now is 1-1. Lynn Daddy says easy in the chat. I love that. DFA Ascard tonight says T-Mac. I'm over him, says D-Mac. Big swing and miss by Soto now, and it's 1-2 on the count. Guys, over his last 3 games at this point, Francisco Lindor is now 7 for 10 with 3 home runs, 6 RBIs, and 5 runs scored. Ah, Juan Soto lines it, but right to Bryson. I'm convinced that Soto just knows he's always going to hit the ball on the screws the way that he does, like sharply, what feels like every single time. But it feels like that there's a magnet connected from the ball to exactly one of those infielders. Because how many times this season have we seen Juan Soto make good contact, but it gets absolutely robbed in the infield? It's happened a shit ton already, I feel like. And I know that goes in hand with him not lifting the ball as much and him just having a lot of liners, but still, I've noticed that for sure, like a lot. I will be back in 1 second, everybody. Bear with me. I'm going to go fill up my water real quick. In the meantime, to everyone that's watching this on the Playback app, I'm going to put on a different game for you guys quick so that way you can stay entertained. Alrighty, folks, I'm back. Let's get into this. Okay, one away here. Top of the third. Griffin Canning takes care of business there against Bryce Harper. We're never going to complain about that. Can you guys tell me in the chat what happened with Bryce that led to the out? I'd appreciate that. Here's Schwarber taking a off speed up there. It's 1 0. Full out to Soto. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. All right, guys. Harper with the line out, fly out, whatever you want to call it. There's one away. Joe Ross is warming up the bullpen. Is this the same Joe Ross that I'm thinking? Is this who I'm thinking? Kyle Schwarber is going to fly out to shallow left. Here comes Lindor to get under it, and there's two away. This is exactly who I think it is, isn't it? Hold on. Oh, guys, we're less than 40 likes away from 100 here live on YouTube. Thank you guys kindly for continuing to smash a like and subscribe on. Means a lot. Wow, this is the same Joe Ross I'm thinking. This is crazy, guys. When Joe Ross first got his career started, I was convinced that he was going to be something greater than what he ultimately was there with the Washington Nationals, right? He had himself how many starts? Joe Ross had 105 innings in 2016 with a 3.43 ERA. That's what I'm thinking about specifically. Then in 2017, he only had 73 inflated ERA, barely pitched in 2018 due to injury. 2019, then fast forward to 2021, ate some innings there with the Nationals, then was what Milwaukee last year after not having been in the league for 2 seasons. Wow, what a play. Nicky C goes right back to Canning, and Canning doesn't bobble it this time, everybody. What a play by Griffin Canning, and that does it there for the innings. So disregard the Joe Ross conversation we were just having because I was only mentioning it because I saw he was warming up in the bullpen there for Philadelphia. But great play there by Griffin Canning, and that's how we end it. Gonna watch it again on my phone. That was so good. Oh, nice and effortless. I love that's very satisfying. All right, folks, give me 1 sec. I'm just gonna walk to the side and take my hoodie off. It's getting a little toasty in here. Robert, can you contact me from the game? What do you mean by that? Are you at the game itself right now? If so, that means you can talk to me now. If you're talking about like connecting at the game, I would say to just reach out over X, like comment under one of my posts or DM to try to connect at an actual game, if that's what you're referring to. Okay, Ross is in. Christopher Sanchez is out already? Are you kidding me? Wow. Christopher Sanchez is a pardon my French, everybody. Kiddos, earmuffs. I'll give you a 3, 2, 1 count. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Christopher Sanchez is a certified bitch. Couldn't go beyond 2 innings against the Mets. That's a freaking fraud. Wow. Sanchez wasn't hurt. Sanchez just left the game because he wasn't good. 1-2 now on Alonso, everybody, as Joe Ross is coming in to pitch. And the 1-2. That's going to be fastball up and away to Alonso, and it's back even on the count now, 2-2. Still can't get over the fact that Sanchez is out of the game array. That's crazy. Mind you, everybody, the Phillies have a bottom feeder ERA entering tonight's game with a 29th ranked ERA in bullpen with 5.80. So time for the Mets to pounce. And there's Alonso, who rips himself a single, and the party is getting started. Let's go, baby. First pitch here to Vientos is 94 right down the pipe, and it's 0-1. You guys are just chiming in. It is a 2-1 Mets lead in the bottom of the third. Christopher Sanchez and his sub-3 ERA couldn't handle more than 2 innings in Flushing, Queens before Joe Ross in the bullpen comes in for Philadelphia. You said it, Riv. Hopefully that's get Riv. I'm assuming that stands for Rivera, so I'm gonna call you Rivera, unless that's not what it stands for in the playback app. Riv68. Let me know. And the 0-2 here to Vientos. And that's gonna be a fastball that misses down and away. 1-2 now is the count. Alonso just got on with a leadoff hit off of Joe Ross to begin this inning, and the Mets have a prime opportunity to completely pounce at this Philly bullpen. Furthermore, if the Mets can really work this Philly bullpen today, then that's going to set them up big time tomorrow, depending on how deep or how short Zach Wheeler goes and the series finale start. There we go. Great eye by the umpire. Fastball just missed the outside corner there, and it's 2-2. How did he take that? I don't know, but I'm glad he did. The 2-2. Mark's going to hack that one foul on the slider. And the 2-2. And that's a big swing and miss by Vientos right down the pipe. Just couldn't handle 95 middle. And yeah, you heard that correctly. And there's one away, everybody. That was literally right down the pipe. It's going to happen. Everyone swings and misses through pitches sometimes. Nothing you can do about it. You just need an MLB TV account. Keys edits in the chat. That's all you need. You don't need to have a cable provider. Just got to have an MLB TV subscription, and you're good to go. It's literally that easy. That's why everyone that's been using the app has only been speaking glowingly of it as long as you have a subscription, because it's a really fun app to navigate that you can do either on your desktop or certainly on your phone in the actual app. And you can go between myself and other creators that are doing respective live shows for different baseball games, and obviously NBA playoffs going on right now, NHL playoffs, you name it. And the 1-1. That's gonna be hacked away, a foul by Marte, and it's 1-2. JC, you know what? That's a great question, and I appreciate that. That puts a big smile on my face. But in all seriousness, there are hundreds of creators on this platform outside of me that cover separate from the Mets. So if you guys have different fandoms, I implore you guys to check out what we have to offer in the Playback app. They do a really good job. Let's see. Marte is going to hack the one foul on fastball running inside. It's still 1-2 on the count. Prairie, appreciate the kind words. Same thing with you. Hey, Jack. You guys are absolutely fantastic. All of you. Oh, and edits. Thank you so much. I'm happy to have you joining. More the merrier. CJA, how you doing, Sports Talk? Happy to have you in the chat as well. And the 1-2 to Marte. And that's going to be chopped. That should be a double play ball, and that should do it for the inning. But Marte has just enough speed down that first baseline, and there's a runner on with the fielder's choice. I'm mad, team. Unfortunately, I can't help you when it comes to that. And edits, happy to have you here in playback. We appreciate that. Anyone know how to get past games that are blacked out? If you have a blackout issue, I'd recommend trying to use a VPN of some sort. I know that's worked for people. Outside of that, going back in the chat here again, I can't prevent the fact that I may announce a play before your game is caught up to see it. That's something that's out of my control, unfortunately. Um, and the 0-2. And that's going to be outside there for Terens. And it's now 1-2 on the count. If you take the first A out of Piazza, you got pizza. You know what? I like the way you think. I do like the way you think. Mets versus Giants post game, potentially when the Giants matchup comes around between the Mets and the Giants, we could reconvene then. I have to see when the Mets and Giants play each other this year. Want to say our first game against them is on the road, but I also have no clue if I'm being honest. Oh, I got you, Mad Team. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for the clarity. And you're right. I do agree with you, Mad Team, on what you're saying in the chat. Then you're right. Torres is going to hack that one foul, everybody. It's still 2-2. One on, two away. Bottom of the third. Mets are trying to pounce on a Philadelphia Philly bullpen that has been pretty rough to start the year, all things considered. Mind you, already 21 pitches in this first inning for Ross, who's supposed to be a key innings eater in this outing, with Christopher Sanchez only going two. Torres is going to hack that one foul. Here we go, baby. They play on July 25th. July 25th is approximately 6 to 7 days before the trade deadline. Things are going to be bananas then. We can reconvene then for sure, but apologies in advance if it doesn't work out. If it doesn't, it's more so just because I know my schedule is going to be swamped the final week leading to the trade deadline. But we'll see. We'll definitely see for sure. Terens is going to fly that one out. It's far, it's carrying, but wow, it carried a lot more than I thought it would. But it's handled on the warning track by Rojas, and that does it for the inning. Mets still up by one, folks, as we now head to just the top of the fourth. Let's see here. What we got in the chat, everybody. Was Sanchez on a pitch count? No, he just didn't look good. We didn't hear any announcements of him being hurt. I think they just really didn't like Sanchez being out there because the Mets were going to continue to work him. He wasn't locating at all that we saw against right-handers inside. He kept throwing a good amount of ball or two inside from where the strike zone is, and that was kind of his demise from the start. Oh, that's awesome. CJA, pardon me, CGA. That why am I saying C? SGA. Duh, SGA. I'm thinking right away the basketball player. My condolences with your mother, but that's a very sweet way to dedicate too, especially at Oracle like that. Very sweet. Let's see in the chat, guys. Let's actually hop to another game real quick while we're waiting before this Mets game pops back on. Yes, 1200. It's a bullpen game for them for the remainder of the game. That's correct. Oh, you know what? There's one thing I meant to do earlier that I'll do now. Ignore this, everybody. I'm just showing you guys this for 1 second. There we go. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure to check out our awesome friends at SeatGeek with our awesome promo code WARDY10. A lot of you guys have went out your way to use that, and it really does mean a lot. That's linked down below in the description for our YouTube viewers. Head over to SeatGeek, use our hyperlink or my promo code WARDY10 for 10% off your next ticketing purchase. That's going to be ripped by Kepler, and Max Kepler is on with a leadoff single to begin the top of the fourth, folks. Fun fact, Tyler McGill is talking right now with Gary, Keith, and Ron on the broadcast. And his start against the Marlins, where the Mets lost, but he really didn't pitch that bad. Brett Beatty just had a bad error. Right before he went on the field, he walked right past me and my girl and Giraffe Neck Mark. And right away, my girl froze and she was like, oh, oh, hi, Tyler. Like, that's literally how she acted. And him being as nonchalant and just like cool as a cucumber is like, hey, like, as that his 6'7" towering self walked through to give the Mets a solid start that day. The bats just didn't show up, but I thought that was funny. I didn't get a chance to say anything, but I also didn't want to bother him because I'm like, you're pitching today. You're locked in. I don't want to bother you at all. So I joked with my girl the rest of that ball game. I said, if McGill pitches like crap today, you're to blame. There's no one else to blame but yourself. I hope you know that. And thankfully, he didn't pitch terrible. The Mets just had no offense to show, sadly, in that loss. Oh, JT Realmuto looking silly on that little sword swing. It's 2-1 now on the count for Griffin Canning with one on. No way. Top of the fourth. Mets up by one. That game was a sleeper. And I have a concern that tomorrow might be a sleeper too because it's a night to a day game. But the weather is nice tomorrow. It's a high of 72. So I'm hoping that the bats wake up along with the weather continue to wake up. So we'll see. Zach Wheeler, though, never an easy foe for Met to face. Wheels is so good. If they had Sapucky, I'd be nervous. 1200. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that. Okay, double play ball is there. It's turn, and it is not executed. Good attempt there by Vientos to Acuna to Alonso, but instead it's a fielder's choice or force out for JT Realmuto, who gets on with one away. Thank you again for that donation, 1200. I appreciate it. Who's in for Nimmo? Jose Azcar had himself an opposite field single, a base running blunder that cost Acuna more than Azcar, and then Azcar eventually scored thanks to Lindor driving him in with two outs. Steven, my man, how are you in the chat? Thomas C, how we doing, baby? Tyler, how you doing? Pat White, great member. Peen, D-Rails, everybody. Connect to my Spectrum subscription easily. Very dope. I'm very happy to hear that, PD. I'm glad you're using it. Thank you so much for being a part. Again, guys, if you want to watch a Mets game live in real time with your guy Wardy, head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM. Pinned in the chat right now for you guys to check out live on YouTube. It's towards the top of the chat for you guys to check out. Just click it, click that link. The description down below, same applies. Free to sign up. All you need is an MLB TV subscription, and it is that easy, folks. Okay, slider's going to nick the outside corner. It's 2-2 now to Alec Bohm with one on and one away. Mets up by one. You need help with anger management? Yeah, especially if you're getting infuriated with the fact that it's the top of the fourth, Mets up by one, and this current situation is grinding your gears too much. That's it. SG, I did see your comment, my man. No, Tyler is very, very calm. He's a polar opposite from his brother Trevor, as the McGill parents have went out of their way to explain to me. And I've noticed it firsthand in my interactions with Tyler versus what I've seen Trevor in the public eye. Trevor is very extroverted, very vocal. Tyler is very much to himself, very much to himself. Tyler is the type of guy that is going to be going ham playing video games at home by himself versus being an extrovert as much that you'll see in the dugout among other things. Not that he can't have fun and have a good time. He just is a very different personality from his brother, which I find interesting. 1-1 on the count, folks, as there's two away, one on, top of the fourth. Mets are trying to escape this early jam. Do you think the Mets are going to send down? Who do I think the Mets are going to send down for McNeil and Alvarez? For McNeil, it's going to be one of Ascar or Beatty, with Beatty potentially being on the outside looking in and not a good way for his sake. And in the case of Alvarez, it'll be Hayden Senker, obviously. Rick, I'm not sure if that's good luck or not, but to each your own, baby. Whatever works. Whatever floats your boat's fine with me. That's it. And the 1-1 here to Johan Rojas. That's going to be a fastball that misses up and away. And it's now 2-1 on the count. I've been in the city once so far. I'm in Albany, so hard to get there often. I feel that. I live 2.5 hours away in Pennsylvania, so I know all about having to take a hike to get to games. But I have tickets for a game in July. The vibes were electric when I went. I'm glad they were, and I hope they will be again next time you go. You like the bobblehead? Good. I'm glad. This is the Lindor Chia bobblehead that I have yet to grow the grass around. I still haven't done it, and this is like 2 years old now. I just haven't done it, but I like it. And this is when he actually had that greenish minty, purpley dyed, not purpley dyed, greenish dyed hair. There we go. He froze him. That's how you end it. Griffin Canning freezes Johan Rojas for a clean fourth inning, everybody. And we love to see it. Mets are still up 2-1 heading the bottom of the fourth. Spam the K's in the chat, everybody. I want to see spam in the chat, spammed in playback, spammed on YouTube. And thank you guys for doing that. I just reminded myself something, which is important. So let me put that in my notes now. Run. Let's see. Canning has settled in, which is really nice to see. It'll be imperative to see how Canning does as we get to these fifth and sixth innings, obviously. But so far, so good, all things considered. When it has been the sharpest outing for him to start this one out. So has been hitting like he's in MLB The Show 25. Perfect lineouts. That's a great way to put it. And I actually really like that example because that really reaffirms what I've been saying here in the chat for each and every one of you, which is the following. What have we gone from Juan Soto? A lot of really hard lineouts, like a lot of really hard lineouts in that infield where it's not for a lack of effort or contact on his end. It's just been bad luck, unfortunately. Almost at 100 likes here on YouTube. Thank you guys. Continue to smash a like and subscribe on. We will be live here pretty much until the conclusion of the game, but I will give you guys a fair warning. If I dip right before the game ends, it's just because I'm getting everything set up for our post game. Because our post game, getting that set up will begin in the next inning or so. And it's just a little bit of a tedious process. And I got a lot of things to do in a short period of time. So apologies in advance if I'm not as vocal in the latter half of the game versus the first half. It's just because I got a bunch of things that I got to do at once. An interview with Ty Wars like ambience is bad. That's hilarious. I love Tyler to death. I love the McGill family to death. The reason why I've never went out of my way to try to get a Tyler McGill interview is because I know that like one, he probably isn't all that interested, and two, that's okay. Like there are guys that just don't care about this stuff, and then there are guys that are. I rather bring on someone that like is looking forward to it, that wants to take part in it, versus someone that like kind of feels like almost like an obligation because they know it's their job and they just have to go talk to media. You know what I mean? So, oh, Taylor rips one to left, but that's foul. Good contact there. And it's 1-2 on the count. Short for Rivera. I was great. Cool. Thank you. Playing wow, then giving interviews. Taylor's going to hack the one away foul, staying 1-2 on the count. Who would I rather trade, Beatty or Budo? I mean, I don't want to trade anyone immediately, especially just for the sake of trading them. Um, it's a good question though, because when evaluating value, they're probably in somewhere boat at the moment. Oh my god! When did Alec Boehm become a stud like this? This is pissing me off. He's snagging everything. 110 off the bat by Taylor. Absolutely jump man by Alec Boehm. Alec Boehm is two. There should be a height limit at third base. You shouldn't be allowed to be a third baseman if you're above the height of 6'2". I'm sorry. I don't make the rules. That should be illegal. Oh, and 1 on the count to Acuna. 1 away. Shreks, shh, we don't talk about that. We just talk about it when it fits my narrative, all right? That's it. Ellie has been playing out of his mind, rightfully so. Ellie De La Cruz is one of the most electrifying players in baseball. And I can't wait to see him in a Mets uniform once the Reds don't pay him. Exactly, John. Besides Mark, it should be illegal height wise. I wholeheartedly agree. I'm glad we can see eye to eye with that. 0-2 on the count. 1 away. Bottom of the fourth. Mets up by 1. Here's the pitch to Acuna, and that's going to be chased for a strikeout. Acuna with far and away a bad at bat versus the other one, but that's okay. It's going to happen sometimes. Acuna got on with a walk his first time out there. Second time out there, chases a slider on a 0-2 count. He went fishing, and sadly, he caught nothing. Mets are down 2 when it comes to the outs, but they're up 1 for Jose Azcar, number 9 hitter for the Mets, who had himself an opposite field base hit his last time out there. Azakar puts the bunt down, but a little too hard, and that'll do it for the final out, folks. Mets go down in order 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, whatever you want to call it. We now head back to the top of the fifth, still up by 1. Latest update on Alvarez. He's playing a game tonight in Syracuse with McNeil, and he'll return with the Mets in that national series a couple days from now. They're not going to be returning for tomorrow, obviously. And actually, I should have another update on that front. Let me find it out real quick for you. Jet with a nice game in Double A. That's good because Williams hasn't played his last couple of games in Double A. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but I'm happy to see he's back out there. Syracuse, oh, they got freaking pistol whipped today, 5-0. Justin Hageman didn't have a good start going back down to the minor leagues, but Hageman also faced the Red Sox, which have some very good hitters, including Marcelo Meyer, who took him deep. Sadly, um, Justin Hageman won 4 innings of 2 earned run ball. Anthony Gose gave up 3 runs and 2 earned runs total. Mike Kane, sadly. And Tyler Zuber bounced back after what was a putrid last outing. He won 1.1 shutty today. Herget won 2 shutty. And let's see. McNeil and Alvarez went over. And McNeil didn't even play in center field. McNeil's going to actually get a start tomorrow in center field, while Alvarez either catches or DHs. And then that should be it for their minor league assignment. They should be done after that. But Mets didn't hit for crap today there in Syracuse. Do I think they're going to go after Ellie eventually? Not right now, obviously. But when Ellie's going to find himself on the brink of being a free agent, absolutely. Why wouldn't they be interested as long as he continues to play it the way he's been playing? Not anytime soon when it comes to his availability. But speaking of Jet Williams, also, he's actually taking a bat right now. Oh, yeah. Jet Williams had his second triple of the season today, a multi a game, and it looks like he's trying to get more things happening. He's working a good count right now for the Rumble Ponies when they have a runner at third with how many away? Well, 1 away. Wyatt Young is on. Oh, pardon me. No, Wyatt Young flew out. So never mind that. 0-1 on the count now. Top of the 5th. Mets up by 1. And here's a pitch to Bryson Stott from Griffin Canning. That's going to be a called strike up and in. It's 0-2. I'm I'm falling between the actual Mets game and the Rumble Ponies down because I just want to see what Jet Williams does in his at bat. He's already 2 for 4 today with a runner on third. All he needs is a sac fly to drive him in. Awesome. Let's go. Jet Williams just drove in a run. What a G there for the Rumble Ponies, everybody. Jet Williams singles, and that makes it a 4-2 Rumble Pony lead. His third hit of the ball game. Williams now has 2 singles, one of them for an RBI, a triple, and they're up by 2. Bryson Stott now has his second opposite field hit of the day, and that's a plate setter to begin the top of the 5th. Oh, guys. Christopher Sanchez left today's game with left forearm soreness. So he did leave with an injury related issue. It wasn't just him not pitching well, but it's clear that him missing those pitches inside probably had to do with his uncomfortability. So Christopher Sanchez exited after 2 innings due to injury. Jet Williams just stole second base for the Rumble Ponies. Oh my God, he's having a huge game. Shout out Jet the Met, baby. Big game for Jet. He wants that Syracuse call up ASAP as Williams is batting 292 this year to begin the year with the Rumble Ponies with a 909 OPS. Pretty good. Pretty good. And the 0-2 to Turner. Big swing and miss. Trey Turner caught chasing on a pitch that was never close to the zone. Oh my God. All we need to do is take. I love when they are just stupid and don't take on 0-2. Oh, there we go. There we go. Here's Bryce Harper, 1-on, 1 away, top of the fifth. Mets up by one. And Bryce is going to take one down and away for ball one. 1-0 is the count. We are watching live right now, my man. Yes, if you guys want to watch the Mets game live, actually watching the game with me, head over to playback.tv/WardyNYM. It's linked in the chat and linked down below in the description to our YouTube viewers. Head over there, sign up for free, join our room, and all you need is your MLB TV subscription, and you can watch the game in sync live in real time with us. Otherwise, you're just watching me do play-by-play and reacting with a scoreboard above my head on YouTube for you guys to check out in the simulcast. And the 2-0. Harper's going to take that, and now it's 3-0 on the count. Takes that changeup down. Ryan Clifford has been a little underwhelming. Has taken his walks, but also swung to miss a decent amount. Clifford is notorious for batting close to the Mendoza line, but then having like 800 plus OPS. He's very Kyle Schwarber esque in kind of how he profiles a bit. 3-0, and that's going to be a called strike there, right down the pipe. 3-1. And the 3-1. And that's going to be for a called strike. Working his way back is Griffin Canning. And we have ourselves a full count with 1-on and 1 away in the top of the fifth. Oh, of course it's Soto between the two. And that's not a slight on Bryce. Just statistically speaking, Soto is a better player than Bryce Harper throughout his first however many years Soto's been in his career versus Harper's first number of years in his career. If you match them up side by side through baseball reference, it's going to be favoring Juan Soto. And the 3-2. That's going to be a hacked away foul by Bryce on 95 up and away, and it's full count. And here's a 3-2 from Canning. Fastball up, and that's ball four. 2-on, 1 away. This is a pivotal inning for Griffin Canning, because if he cannot get the next batter out, the Mets are going to be getting closer to bringing in a reliever, I'm sure. I'm sure someone is going to get up and either starting to toss around or something. Canning's 77 pitches in. Now here comes Jeremy Hefner. Try to calm him down a little bit. Just got to be careful here. All right, guys, 2-on, 1 away, top of the fifth. Phillies are trying to respond, and the Mets are trying to induce a double play ball to get out of this inning unscathed. Let's see what happens. Griffin Canning facing the big home run hitter and Kyle Schwarber. And here's pitch number 78 from Canning. That's going to be a breaking ball that misses down and in. It's 1-0. Perry in the playback chat just said danger, and it is danger. Huascar Brosman is warming up in the bullpen, everybody. And the 1-0. And that's going to be a ground out. Love to see it. Okay, no run score, and there is another runner out. Schwarber makes it two away, but now the runners have shifted to second and third, that being Bryce Harper and Bryson Stott. And we'll see if Canny can escape this jam now, facing Nicky C and Nick Castellanos. And here's first pitch from Canny. Big swing and miss on a slider, nowhere close to the zone. That's the kind of chase we need to see more of from Nick Castellanos. Please continue to swing like Javi Baez. I beg of you. I beg of you. Come on. And the 2-1 to Nicky C. Big swing and miss. There we go. Cutter away. Gets him to chase a little bit. Beautifully placed pitch by Canning. And it's 2-2. Come on, baby. Come on. Let's get out of this damn inning. Come on, Griffin. Come on, baby. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. And the 2-2. Nice! He go yelling way too loud. Yelling way too loud. I'm gonna wake my son up. Pump the brakes, Ty. Huge strikeout, slider down the way. Javi Baez reincarnate there, and Mr. Nick Castellanos. And the Mets have themselves a 2-1 lead as we then head now to the bottom of the fifth. Oh my god, I just it was way too loud. I like you know when you feel like the rasp of your voice kind of pick up as you yell, meaning that you're really having more animosity than you typically do. I really didn't mean for that to come out as much as it did, but I'm happy. Griffin Canning with a big punchy there to escape the jam. What a game. If that's Griffin Canning's final line, I'm not complaining, but we'll see what happens. Great stuff there for Canning to escape that jam. Wow, great stuff. Also, everybody, just an FYI, if you guys are watching the Playback app or watching here on YouTube, I apologize if I'm a little delayed in just interacting with the chat, guys. I'm beginning the process now of getting everything set up for a post-game show. Because it has been a crazy ball game at this point, I don't have as much things I have to do to lead up to the post-game, but naturally, should things pick up in this ball game, I'm going to have more to do. So just a fair warning if Wardy doesn't talk as much as I have been to this point here in the live show. That was great work by Griffin Canning, though. Wow. Alrighty, folks. Here's Mr. Smile. Bottom of the fifth. Mets up by one. Lindor's already done plenty to incorporate his offensive ability right away in this ball game. Let's see if he does it more here. Fastball up and in, a called strike, a generous called strike, and it's 0-1. Worried, do the Mets go to a six-man rotation if all current stars keep this up when Montas and I come back? Mets will be rocking a six-man rotation regardless of what the status is, more than likely, yes. All right, and the 1-1. Hacked away foul by Lindor. We think Canning goes out for one more inning, everybody. How we feel? And the 1-2, and that's taken down and in. Back even on the count now, 2-2. Shrex, thank you for the comment. He says, quick question. Who will be moved to the bullpen when Montas Manai is back? It's a tough question, but as of now, it's got to be one of McGill or Canning. But if they're all pitching well, it's a good problem to have that we'll worry about when we get there. Lindor strikes out on high heat, everybody, and there's one away. Gregory, thank you for the donation, my man. I appreciate it. Gregory says, Sup, Rory, one question. Where did you get your black and royal blue jerseys again? I remember seeing the website a while ago. Thanks, bro. The black and royal blue jerseys. Well, okay. Are you referring, Gregory, to the Juan Soto jersey I have, or just the black and blue jerseys in general? Like, if you could provide a little bit more clarity, I can help you out. Rob, I'm delayed just as much as anyone else that has a delay when we're doing a live broadcast. It's going to happen. Soto, broken bat, boom, makes the running snag, and there's two away in the bottom of the fifth. Yeah, Gregory, just let me know what you mean exactly by your comment, and I'll be happy to kind of expand more on that for you regarding the jerseys. Snag the stream, just happy to be here. Happy to have you in here, my friend. Two away at 0-1 count, and it appears that Huascar Brosband is getting set to pitch the top of the sixth, everybody. Big swing and miss by Alonso on the fastball, dotted corner. It's 0-2. And the 0-2. Fastball up. 1-2 now on the count to Alonso, everybody. Brosband was one of the hardest cheers for Lindor Friday. That's true. 100%. JT Remuto is going to go talk with Mr. Joe Ross and see what he wants to get. See, if I'm Joe Ross and if I'm the Phillies, I'm trying to get Pete to chase because Pete has been susceptible to dropping his shoulder a little bit more down and away. It pains me to say that as a Mets fan, but you got to call it how you see it right now. And Pete needs to tighten up a little bit, make sure he's not chasing as much. If I'm the Phillies on a 1-2 count, I'm trying to get him to bite. That's the first thing I'm doing. And the 1-2 by Ross. Yep, they went 94 down and away. Pete not chasing that though, thankfully. 2-2. I put Wardy in over Danny Young. As crazy as that is to say, I can't even say you're right. I mean, if you want batting practice, just let me throw some ephesus in there and we'll make it happen. Gregory, with another donation. Thank you so much. Yeah, the Soto. Okay. So the Soto one in particular, what you got to do, head over to eBay. There is a seller on eBay. I don't know their exact name, but if you look up Juan Soto, black, majestic, authentic Mets jersey, just what I said, you will find that seller. They do a fantastic job making authentic, majestic Mets jerseys that you can't get in store, obviously, of Juan Soto and others, and the quality is supreme. I'm going to be rocking that more than likely tomorrow at the Mets game. All right, guys, working a full count is the polar bear in the 3-2, and he's going to pop one up. Will it stay fair or foul? It'll go foul. Gregory, thank you again for that donation. I appreciate it. The polar bear is going to drive in 130 RBIs. I 100% see that happening. This is going to be a career year for Pete and RBIs. I'm calling it. And the 3-2. Oh, Pete just got hit on the hands. You fucking kidding me? Don't be hurt, Pete. Don't be hurt. Don't be hurt, Pete. Please, I beg. I think Pete's okay, guys. That shit just hurt. It ran completely in on Alonso right as he brought his hands. Okay, good. It missed his hands. It still hurt like shit, but it missed his hands. That's important. That's really important because if that got him square on the hand when holding the bat, I think we would have had a harder problem. It hit his wrist. It's gonna swell up, but he's okay. Pete's already messing around with our guy at first base, so everything's okay. All right. I'd appreciate that, Pat. Thank you. Murph does a great job, though. He's a friend of the platform. We've had him on the channel in the past. He very such a knowledgeable hitter. And as someone who loved and hated Murphy growing up because of how much he tore my heart apart when he went to the Nationals and did what he did against us. Such a hitting savant, though. He's a brilliant mind here and actually knows what the hell he's talking about when it comes to describing the game in real time. It's certainly a treat to hear if you really want to be informed as a baseball fan. But I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. 1-1, two away. Bottom of the fifth. Mets up by one. Mark Vientos, who drove in the first run of the ball game, is trying to drive in another here with a runner on. And the pitch. That's going to be Oppo. That's high. That's far. It is. Oh, it just fell on the warning track. Nick Castellanos is under it. And that does it for the inning. Vientos is smiling. All he could do is laugh. Good contact, just not enough there in right field. Castellanos makes the easy grab, and we now head to the top of the sixth, still up by one. That was just missed there by Mr. Mark Vientos. Hate to see it. All right, guys, I'll be back in 1 second. Appreciate the patience. Alrighty, folks, we're back, and Huasca Brosban is in. Griffin Canning is out. We will give you guys a full analysis on how Griffin Canning fared today in our post-game coverage, but he went 5 solid innings of 1 earned run baseball, which is something you really can't complain about too much. They have been smoking baseballs, McBlam. You're 1,000% right. They've been doing that a lot tonight. Jordan Romano's warming up in the bullpen. I kind of like that. Let's see if I'm right for liking that or not. Jordan Blamano. Kepler saws one off to the left side foul, and it's still 2-2. All right, guys, I'm going to begin the process of my editing, so apologies in advance if I don't interact with the chat for like north of an inning or so. I just got a lot of things I got to do, and I'm going to speed run them, so bear with me. Yeah, the 2-2 from Brazo, and that's going to be chopped away foul to the right side. Still 2-2 on the count. Full count now, everybody, from Huasca Brosban and Max Kepler. And that's a ball. Max Kepler gets on it. Why are we treating Max Kepler like he's more than Max Kepler in this series? Kind of pissing me off. There we go. Double play ball. Turn it. Turn it. And he does! Huge double play ball. Vientos to Acuna to Alonso. And there's 2 away. Beautiful turn by the boys. And the 1-0. That's going to be fastball down and in. 97 from Huascar Brosban on the sinker. And it's 2-0 now on the count. Alec Bohm rips himself a 2-out single. And there is a runner on here in the top of the 6th, everybody. Also, if my audio sounds a bit more echoey, it's just because I put my mic down and I don't have a stand for it at the moment. So I'm just putting it down like that. There you go. Oh my God. You heard that Mitchell Parker went 8 shutty against Baltimore today for the Nationals? That's a problem. Don't like that. Don't like that at all. The only upside is that the Mets. Oh, we know they are going to have to face him. They'll have to face him towards the end of the series because Mets have a 4-game set in DC. Okay. And the 1-1. Taken down, 97 sinker. 2-1 is the count. All right, guys, full count, 1 on, 2 away. Top of the sixth. Mets are still up by 1. Barrazo's trying to escape the jam. Let's see what happens here against the number 9 hitter and Mr. Johan Rojas. Big swing and miss. Love to see that. Spam the K's in the chat here live on YouTube. Spam them here in the playback app. Brazaban strikes him out, folks. And we now head to the bottom of the sixth, still up by 1. We'll take that. We'll gladly take that, Ron. Even if it's luck on our side, we got to take it for what it is, baby. Alrighty, folks, I'm going to continue edit and get everything set with our post-game coverage. In the meantime, you guys let me know in the chat, both live in the playback app as well as live here on YouTube. Let me know, everybody, which player do you think is going to be the standout for the remainder of the game should any more runs score from either side? Let's see it. Phillies have left 8 on base already. Yeah, not shocked. They've gotten a lot of plate setters on. So I think that Vientos misses his mentorship of JD. Oh, I'm sure you would agree. JD Martinez was nothing short of a tremendous presence for the Mets in this clubhouse last year. Can they win without him? Obviously, we've seen that this season. But yeah, definitely JDM was a great influence on Mark. But, Mark's a big boy. He's got to handle himself. He knows that. So I think it was a great influence last year, but something that I'm sure that he's now building upon to be a better batter than what he was last year in certain ways, even with the slow start that he's had. Here's Jordan Romano, who has not fared too well as a reliever so far this year for the Phillies. Let's see if the Mets can pounce on him or if he's going to get in a groove here. Starling Marte, 1 pitch, 1 out to right. Alrighty, folks. 1 away, no on. Bottom of the sixth. Mets up 2-1. Jordan Romano sets. And the pitch. That's a fastball right down the pipe. 96. Middle. And it's 0-1. Snags in the chat says, I'm looking for a Soto home run. You and I both, baby. Seren swings on a high heat, 98, swung right through it, top of the zone. It's quickly 0-2. I love how much Gary, Keith, and Ron are just ragging Romano. They're like, why is he drooping his shoulders so much? Look how loose he is. That actually is kind of nuts. The way that he just calmly, just kind of waddles on on the mound and then just pumps 98 at you. Like that was a very calm 98. Yeah, like that had no business being 98, but it was. And the 1-2 misses there on the breaking ball, 2-2. Big swing and miss by Terens, and there's two away. He chases there on, I believe, the slider or so. Jordan Romano not looking like a guy who got rocked against the Marlins a couple days ago. I can tell you that much. And there's Tyrone Taylor with the best walk up on the Mets, in my opinion, not named Francisco Lindor, and his walk up of my girl, obviously. Love Tyrone. Come on, TT. Come on, baby. AJ Minter's warming up in the bullpen as expected. Minter knows this Philly lineup, especially lefty batters, well, and he's going to give him the best shot. 2-0 now on the count, everybody, to Tyrone Taylor. All right, guys, 3-1 now on the count of Tyrone Taylor. Oh, okay. That was a slider for a strike. It gets called a ball, and Tyrone Taylor has a 2-out walk in the bottom of 6. There we go. Right away, Tyrone Taylor steals a base, gets on with a walk and a stolen bag, and the Mets have a runner in scoring position with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Harrison, my man, happy to have you in the Playback app. Appreciate that. 3-0 now on the count of Jose Ascar, folks. Let's get back to the top of the order, please, and thank you. And the 3-0? I apologize. I meant to say Acuna, not Ascar. 3-1 now. He's doing great. Thanks for asking, Harrison. Hope all is well with you and your family. And the 3-1. That's a chopper. Can Acuna get a first in time? He cannot. Turner gets a throw. Harper with the scoop. And that does it for the 6th. We now have the top of the 7th. It's still up 2-1. And we are being out hit by Philadelphia right now, 8-5. John, thank you so much. Hoping the same for you. You don't have MLB TV, Harrison? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Harrison. Well, I'm happy to have you in here. But yeah, need an MLB TV subscription. That is the way that you'll actually be able to watch the game. He's, I know it's annoying. I get it. Trust me. It's annoying in the sense that if you didn't have a subscription and you didn't think that you needed it, I apologize. But I have reiterated a lot to everybody. You guys need an MLB subscription to chime in and watch the game live in the Playback app. You can do it otherwise, but it'll just be like the same as it is on YouTube. Calling a Juan Soto walk-off tonight? I don't hate that, but at the same time, I don't want us to get in a situation where we need a walk-off. That's it. Oh, love you, Harrison. No worries, my man. LFGM, baby. I'll see you back in the YouTube chat. Not a problem. All right, guys. I'm currently editing everything at the moment, so I apologize if I'm a little slow in answering your comments. Lounge says, how much do you think the Mets pitching is high rolling the variancy right now with this insane ERA? We are 7th in WHIP. It's crazy. It is crazy, but I think the Mets are in a position right now where they're not only pitching to above expectation, but it's a further continuation of how well their approach has been with their lab. It's going to get exposed more naturally throughout the course of the season against better clubs. But what they're doing right now, I think, to a degree, is sustainable as at least being a top 5 to top 7 team in Major League Baseball with their entire pitching staff. And especially when Montas and Benaia get back, in theory, you should think that things will only get better before they would get worse. AJ Minter time, everybody. We're in the top of the 7th. Let's lock in. And the 2-1. Hacked away foul. Back even on the count now, 2-2. What do I think of Kranick coming in? No. Not a chance in hell Kranick pitches today. Yeah, no Kranick today. Ruse, I know everyone is expecting the bats to pick it up, including me, but it's tiring being in these pitching duels night in and night out. Of course, but that's just is going to happen, especially this time of the year. Bryson Stott just roped one, but thankfully it's right to Jose Tyrone Taylor. My apologies. And there's the one away. All right, guys, one away. Here's Trey Turner. He's going to take a fastball down out of the zone at 95, and it's a 1-0. And the 1-0, big swing and miss there by Turner, 95 running inside, and it's back even on the count now, 1-1. Two and one. Trey lifts one to the right side, playable for Juan, and there's two away. XP. Harper pops it up, but it's foul, and it's 0-1. Oh, 2 on the count of Bryce, everybody, as he gets sorted up on his previous one. Come on, baby. Let's get a 1-2-3 right here, right now. Come on, Minter. Come on, AJ. And the 0-2. Didn't get him to chase. Down and away. 1-2 is now the count. Just hacked on one away foul. Staying alive is Bryce, and it's still 1-2. And the 1-2. Nice! Let's go, AJ! AJ Minter strikes out Bryce Harper. A 1-2-3, 7th, everybody. And we now head to that 7th inning stretch, still up 1-0. Fantastic job by AJ Minter. That was great. That was really good. Really, really good. How are we feeling about AJ, everybody? That was a fantastic inning for Minter. He was cooking. He has. Did I say 1-0? I meant to say 2-1. Meant to say 2-1 if I said 1-0. Yeah, no, Minter's been awesome. He's been fantastic. Very happy with him. Very, very happy. So awesome to have a good Atlanta Brave on the Mets too, and it working. Not used to that. Okay, baby. Am I going to be at the game tomorrow? Yes, Broken Jester. That is the plan. That's the plan. Oscar rips one foul the right side, and it's 1-1. Here it's Tanner Banks, the southpaw for the Phillies, who I liked a lot from the White Sox last year, actually. Came over via trade as the Phillies at the time, made some really good bullpen acquisitions. Tanner Banks, not Tanner Scott, if I said Scott. Tanner Banks from the White Sox. Carlos Estevez, who the Mets rocked in postseason. Jose Oscar with a bloopy, but that's going to be a flyout, actually, to Johan Rojas in center. And there was one other reliever I'm blanking on that they got last year. Estevez. Who's the other one? I'm blanking, but it's Estevez, Banks, and someone else. Here's Francisco Lindor, folks. We're back to the top of the order. That's going to be a fastball right down the pipe, and it's 0-1. Trevor Hoffman that they had from the start of the season, though. They didn't trade for him. That's the difference. Right? I'm pretty sure they had Hoffman from the start of the year last year. He was with the Phillies for a couple of years. Lindor is going to take the backdoor slider for a called strike on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Lindor with a chopper. Can he get there in time? Oh, it's overthrown. Lindor gets to second base. Love to see it. Francisco Lindor taking advantage of some bad fundies, and the Mets have themselves a runner in scoring position with one out. Fantastic job by Lindor. Heads up base running. Another 3-hit game for Francisco Lindor, by the way. Can we please appreciate that for what it is? Whew. All right, folks. Lindor's at second base. Here's Juan Soto facing the southpaw Tanner Banks. What a moment this would be for Juan. Let's lock in. And the 1-0 to Soto. Called. Oh my God. Wow, he just got screwed. He got squeezed really bad, Tanner Banks. That was a clear strike, bottom of the zone. 2-0, though, in Mets' favor. And that's going to be a comeback or a chopper. It's handled by Turner. Soto's out, but it does move Lindor to third base. Here comes in a right-hand reliever, which is going to be Orkering, I believe, who the Mets beat up on in last year's NLDS2, coming in to face Pete Alonso. Bear with me, everybody. I'm just continuing to get everything set up for a post game show that's going to be live directly after this ball game. Some of the things said in the chat are just ridiculous. Hold on. I'm doing great, Jack. How are you? Watching live on YouTube. Happy to have you in here. If you guys are watching live on YouTube, thank you so much. If you're watching live in the Playback app or you're watching the Mets game live in real time with us, thank you so much for being here too. Wardy Stank warming up right now. He will come in. He will come in, but the goal is that they want Stank to come in for the ninth inning. They want him to close it out. We'll see if Stanek, they go, wait, hold on. Because we're in the bottom of the seventh right now still. Yeah, we'll see what happens. My guess is they're going to want to do Budo and Stanek as they were saying, but we'll see. Johnny J, happy to have you in the stream, my friend. Hope you're well. That's going to be a first pitch sinker for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Come on, Pete. Oh, there we go. Is that going to go in the corner? It does. Pete Alonso with his second big hit of the day. First big hit. First one was a single. That's a 2-out RBI double to increase the Mets lead now 3-1. Insurance, insurance, insurance. That's the polar bear specialty, baby. Let's go. The Phillies are so stupid. So stupid. Imagine pitching to Pete there. So stupid. Two and one on the count of Vientos, everybody. Mark, who got the party started for the Mets offensively today, that we saw with an RBI double, a 2-out RBI double for his first hit of the season against a left-handed pitcher. That gave the Mets a 1-0 lead. Then Francisco Lindor drove in Jose Azcar with 2 outs opposite field with a single to make it two runs for the Mets at the time. Now up 3-1 after more 2-out heading, this time by the polar bear and Pete Alonso. Something that cannot be understated today, everybody. Every single run the Mets have driven in, if I'm not mistaken, has been with 2 outs. That's fantastic. And the 3-2. And that's going to be ball 4. Mark Vientos takes a walk, and there's 2 on, 2 away, folks, for Jesse Winkers coming into pinch hit. Come on, Jesse. Jesse, I know you love the first pitch swing, but maybe take a pitch here. Maybe take a pitch. Come on, Jesse. Oh, there we go. Pass ball. That's going to move the runners over on a wild pitch. There we go. And the 1-0. Good take. 2-0 on the count. Misses upstairs is Kirkring. Good take. They're intentionally walking Winker, everybody, to have a man on first to now face Luis Torrens. They want the righty-righty matchup. Come on, Louis. There we go, Louis Torrens. That is exactly why you don't intentionally walk the New York Mets, you stupid sons of bitches. The Mets are up 5-1. They're roaring. More 2-out-1s, and the boys have themselves a 5-1 lead. Let's go! Bang bang! Fantastic hitting. What a game, guys. All runs have scored with 2 outs. Oh, baby, we're having fun. We're having fun, folks. We're having some fun. That was really cool to see. I love the fact that they intentionally walked Winker the way that they did. They're so stupid. Like, literally, they don't learn. This is a continuation of last year, is what we're getting the early tastes of the Phillies this year, and I effing love it. I say that as I attend tomorrow's game, and with my luck, they're not going to perform this way, but that's okay. Just take the series. Honestly, whatever happens tomorrow with Zach Wheeler on the bump. Won't be easy. But take the series today, and I will be more than happy. Don't mind me, everybody. I'm just live tweeting and getting everything set up for our post game shows. So if I'm delayed at all, that's why. This has been fun. Man, oh man. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Hopefully, Rebecca, let's not jinx it though. We still got some time, but I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Trust me. Stat of the night, everybody. Stat of the night presented by WardyNYM. Every single run driven in by the Mets tonight has been with 2 outs. That's a big deal. With runners in scoring position, that's a big deal. This is not stuff that we've seen happen too often this season for the Mets in those scenarios. Runners in scoring position, 2 out, have been a big early bugaboo for them. But tonight, the Mets are batting 500 with runners in scoring position. They're 4 for 8. They've left 8 on base, which isn't ideal, but that 500 average with runners on is the key stat tonight, everybody. So good. So important for them to be performing the way that they are right now. Well, it's 1-1 now on the count for Stanek facing Schwarber as he just threw 98 right past Kyle. How do we feel about Eric Chavez and Jeremy Barnes? Don't love them. And I think they're going to be fine without him. I don't hate them, but I don't love them. I think if anything, they hold the offense back at times. All right, guys, 2-2 on the count. Ryan Stanek, Kyle Schwarber, top of the 8th. Mets up by 4. Yes, I do like the Mets putting in Stanek, John. 3-2 now. Rhodes is hysterical. I'm sure. I'm sure. I did. SMD. I did. Yep. RZ, how we doing, baby? Great member of the chat. Happy to have you in here. And the 0-2, and that's spiked. So there's one on and one away. And let's get a double play ball here, please and thank you. Oh my God, did he get him? Oh my God, Kyle Schwarber just got doubled up. Tyrone Taylor got him. What a play by TT. Holy shit. That was a fantastic play. Two 2-0 on the count now, everybody, to Max Kepler. 2 away, top of the 8th, after Kyle Schwarber forgot how to base run. Okay, now Max Kepler's on with a 4-pitch walk, and there's one on with 2 away. Okay, Ryan, let's settle down here, Ryan. 2-0 on the count now. 2 away, 1 on. Top of the 8th. Mets up by 4. Danny Young's warming up, and I don't love that. Don't love that one bit. Even in a 4-run lead, I actually hate that kind of. Not going to lie. Okay, 2-1 as JT Realmuto is going to hack that one away foul. Wow. Okay, and that's going to be hacked away on a 100-mile-per-hour heat upstairs by Stanek. But fun stat that we just heard on the broadcast, Luis Torrens is batting 11 for 24 now in bases low, or pardon me, was it bases loaded situation? Yeah, bases loaded situation. Absolutely insane. Hacked away foul. Still 2-2. Oh, that's ripped by JT, but it's playable for Tyrone Taylor in center. And that'll do it, everybody. Ryan Stank gets out of his own little mess there. And we have the bottom of the 8th still up. Now 5-1, having the same amount of hits as the Phillies, 8-8 apiece. And bear with me, everybody, as I'm continuing to get everything set up for our post-game show that'll be live as soon as this ball game's over, or just about. Danny Young, though, I don't love the idea of Danny Young at all in the 9th inning. Don't love it. But I don't love anything with Danny Young. So that's more so the greater issue that I have personally. I don't know about you guys. You can let me know in the chat on YouTube and the Playback app. Thank you guys for doing that. Let's see what we got here on YouTube. Let's see. Unfortunately, we got to use Danny Young because the bullpen is taxed, and this is why I want Danilo Nunez back. You guys see what I'm saying? I want Danilo Nunez back. I really do. I miss him. Alrighty, folks. Here we are. Bottom of the eighth. Up by 4. First pitch, first out. 1 away. Oh my God. Francisco Lindor's batting 304. He's so good. He's so good. Holy shit. Actually insane how good he's been. There we go. Jose Azokar with his second hit of the ball game. There we go, Jose. Attaboy. Here comes Lindor. Back to the top of the order. Three-hit games on this homestand array for Francisco Lindor. Name me a better start to the season he's had in Mets uniform because you can't find one. He's been that good. He really has been that good. Lindor rips right through one. It's 1-2 now on the count. Lindor's going to pop one up as a bloopy. Will it drop? What? Wow. Max Kepler just made a great catch. Really, really good catch. Nothing you can do about it. Come on, Juan. Come on, baby. Upstairs. No bueno. 2-0 on the count. 2 out, 1 on. Bottom of the eighth. Three note out of Juan Soto, everybody. And the 3-0. Okay, 4-pitch walk to Juan Soto. So be it. Come on, Pete. Yes, if you have a blackout issue, you guys need a VPN. That is correct. Hopefully, not many of you guys need to use one, but that is true. If you're watching in playback, not YouTube, obviously. And the 0-1. Big swing and miss. Pete's chasing big time. And we're down to our final strike of the inning. And potentially the ball game. For us, at least, not for Philly, obviously. And Alonso strikes out on 3 pitches. Alrighty, folks. We are in the home stretch of getting this post-game show started for each and every one of you. So bear with me as I speed run a lot of things now. Just gotta do a lot. Question, everybody. Who is your star of the night? Who stood out the most to you offensively, pitching wise? Who stood out and why? Let's see it in the YouTube chat and in the playback chat, guys. Let me know. We'll break that all down in our post game coverage. People are already saying in the chat, Jose Ascar or Jose Siri. I mean, it's a low bar right now, but yeah, that's fine. Okay, so Budo's in for the ninth, guys, not Danny Young. That's notable. One away, everybody. There we go. Oh, that was an okay. Budo with the slider. It's quickly 0-2, a one away. Hacked foul. Still 0-2 on the count, everybody. There we go. Two away. Love to see that, everybody. Love to see that. Come on, baby. Let's get that final out now. Come on. The 1-1, 2-1. Good. We won it. Let's go, baby. We're going to go live now just on YouTube for a post game. Love you all to death. That was a lot of fun, everybody. Mets win this one by a final score of 5-1. Let's break it down. I will see you guys all live here for our post game segment here on YouTube in just a minute. Peace out, everybody. Love you all to death. And let's effing go, Mets.